This is the update on investigation into the murder of Madam Kitan Oyesiku and her security guard, Pelumi Adetayo. The recovery of the deceased vehicle through technical tracking, the forensic analysis of a handwritten note that led to the identification and arrest of 3 suspects, including the principal suspect, rder Philip, who was a security guard to the deceased in the past. Sakiru Abdurrahim Ayola and Sobo Obafunsho that were recruited by the principal suspect on Lajuwo. The confession of the principal suspect, who admitted recruiting the 2 accomplices and participating in the murder of Madam Kitan Oyesiku to, in quote, teach her a lesson, and the apprehension of all suspects connected with the crime. Once again, good afternoon, gentlemen of the press. I wish to brief the general public on the progress made in the investigation into the murder of Madam Kitan Oyesiku and her security guard, Pelumi Adetayo, aged 38 years. May, on 21st June 2026, at about 16:00 hours, a report was received at Ogun Police Station regarding suspicious circumstances at the residence of one Madam Kitan Oyesiku. Preliminary information indicated that the front door of the residence had been partially damaged, while the security house within the compound was found locked, prompting immediate police intervention. Police detectives were immediately mobilized to the scene. Upon gaining access to the premises, the lifeless body of Pelumi Adetayo, male, aged 36 years, the security guard, was discovered inside the security house, while the body of Madam Kitan Oyesiku was found lying in a pool of blood within the living room of the main building. The crime scene was scientifically processed. Preliminary investigation further revealed that the Lexus RX 330 vehicle belonging to the deceased was missing from the compound, raising suspicion of robbery and murder. Consequently, the command launched intensive investigation, intelligence gathering, and technical tracking operations aimed at identifying those responsible and recovering the missing vehicle. Acting on credible intelligence and technical tracking analysis, operatives of the command successfully traced and recovered the missing Lexus 330 vehicle belonging to the deceased on 22nd June 2026, and that was the actual date, because in the course of tracking the principal suspect, Juwon, we could link where the vehicle was abandoned very close to the house and location of Juwon, and that was the first lead we got in that investigation. Although the ignition key had been removed and the registration number plates detached from the vehicle, detectives recovered the vehicle registration plate concealed underneath of the seat, which enabled investigators to positively identify and confirm that the vehicle was the property of Madam Kitan Oyesiku. One critical piece of evidence recovered from the scene was a handwritten note apparently left behind by the perpetrators. We met her lying facing upward to the sky, and we saw a paper, a note on her chest, and we even found the same paper differently spread on the table in the living room, and discovered that that one met on her chest, the handwriting was totally different from others that were spread. The family identified the other papers on the table as the deceased handwriting, but the one we met on her chest, the family said, no, this is not her handwriting. Further intelligence gathering. But before that, we also note that the subject we subjected the paper, the note left, we subjected it to forensic examination and analysis, which generated valuable investigative leads that significantly aided detectives in identifying and tracing those responsible for the crime. Further intelligence gathering and painstaking investigation led to the identification and arrest of the principal suspect, Sudende Olajuwon Philip, male, aged 22 years, who was a security guard to the deceased in the past, and he handed over to the deceased, that is murdered security guard, and it was because the security guard could identify him. So for him to avoid leaving any trace or lead that leads to his address, that was the motive why he killed the security guard. Further intelligence and tracking led to the arrest of Sodende at a construction site at Ibara, GRA, Abeokuta, where he was working as a laborer. Further follow-up operations by detectives of the command led to the successful arrest of Sakiruddin Abrahim Ayola, male, age 27 years, a security guard in the same company with him in the past, a private security company, of course, but two of them have left the private security company. And Sobu Obafunsho, aged 36 years, a bricklayer, thereby bringing to custody all identified suspects directly linked to the criminal conspiracy and murder. During investigation, so then Olajuwon Philip made a confessional statement admitting his involvement in the murder of Madam Kitan Oyesiku. He further disclosed that he had recruited Sakiruddin Abrahim Ayola and Sobu Obafunsho to participate in the crime. Further to his confession, the suspect planned and coordinated the attack following grievances with the deceased during the period he worked as a security guard in her employment. And we have to clarify this. What's the grievances? He said his salary was low. Did you ask for increase in your salary? He said he never asked for increment. Then why did you murder her? He said because the salary was not enough. And in the course of investigation, we discovered that he persistently called the deceased and was demanding for money from time to time until the deceased was pissed off.